The Remnant Stormtrooper. The Empire is in disarray. The once pristine uniform ranks of Stormtroopers that fought for the Empire now resemble a ragtag army of mercenaries for lawless gangsters.
Hello and welcome to another Centurion's Corner, and today we are reviewing from Star Wars The Mandalorian, The Remnant Stormtrooper. Now, for The Mandalorian sort of like a wave, this is taking its time to come out, as we got the first clean all-round Stormtrooper first, and then this guy, which I thought it might be the other way around due to the fact that the vintage collection already had this guy for a little bit. He's a Target exclusive in America, but over here he's pretty much available everywhere. I got mine from Star Action Figures for $18.95. Forbidden Planet, I've noticed that have them as well, and a few other stores. So looking at the figure, it's just another Stormtrooper in the middle with his E11 blaster, and he's got all that kind of strange orange markings and all that because he's a little bit dirty. So using that sort of gold, as they always do for the Mandalorian figures, we've got that nice picture on the side. Around on the back, we've got that picture again and his bio. He's number 9 in the Mandalorian. I mean, that's crazy. Hasbro are really going to ham. But this one's only just come out, but we still need 7, 8 and 6. We're still waiting for those over here in the UK. So we've got the line down here going back to the front. So without further ado, let's just crack this bad boy open. So here he is in his blister pack. Nothing new, no other extra guns or accessories here. It's just literally him and the E11. So we just pull him out for our first impressions. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's done quite nicely on there. I think his lenses look a little bit too grey. Maybe they need a bit of blacking on there. But apart from that, as we all know, I love this sculpt. So I'll go away and we'll do some comparison shots, and we'll see you in a moment. Welcome back. Been away, taking these photos, and what can I say? Well, he is exactly the same. He's literally just a repainted Stormtrooper that we had before, which was no surprise at all. And obviously he's exactly the same as the Flame Trooper that we've had. But I will still go through the actual review as if he's just a standalone figure that I never reviewed before, because there's people out there that maybe this is the first time they want to start collecting, or they just want to start collecting the Mandalorian figures. So he comes with one accessory, and what's that accessory is his E11 blaster, and it's replicated really nicely. We've got all those details and extra parts all on there, all the sort of indentations, the trigger, and obviously the scope and everything like that. And these are Remnant Stormtroopers that are kind of like the Empire has gone into a bit of disarray. They don't really care about what they look like anymore and whatnot. So I think it might be the same for this equipment, because his kind of ammo cartridge just falls out. It should be glued in there, as there's a bit of glue on there. So just a bit of Loctite will hold that in place. But it was like that as soon as I got it out of the packaging. The only thing I do feel with these guys is that they do need a holster still. I think it's just the only thing they're really lacking, and I know they don't have them in the show, but it would be really nice to be able to holster their blaster on the back. But apart from that, you know, we can actually go through his articulation, and this is where these Stormtroopers excel out of any other kind of Black Series figure at the moment. I just think these are absolutely superb. So we do have left and right at the top. We can look down, we can look up. We've got a lower neck movement in there. We've got an upper neck movement as well. At the shoulders, we've got a butterfly joint here. We've got the rotation that goes all around. We have rotation here at the elbow, and also we have one single elbow bend. Rotation at the wrist, which is on the hinge. This part here can swivel, look down this much, look back this far, leg wise, come out here, forward, back, upper thigh rotation, one single jointed knee that comes up this far, and then obviously the rocker and the pivot at the ankle. So for Black Series, this is the pinnacle Black Series figure for me at the moment. I don't think there's anything out there for articulation and actually looking very kind of streamlined when you actually do pose them around. They actually look superb. So going through that, we can go straight onto his sculpt, and we can also go onto his paint applications as well. So the sculpt is, yeah, it's purely a Stormtrooper that we always known and love. As going through, I always notice extra details on there, and I don't know whether this is a thing. So on the back, we have this indent here, which the 1970s Stormtroopers didn't have, and actually they do have this in the Mandalorian as well. And where these have been painted as well, I noticed that these little parts down here are kind of riveted just at the bottom of those sort of two eyes. And obviously we have no holster as well. I just pick up on those sort of things because, well, I used to do cosplay as a Stormtrooper. All those sort of details you have to really sort of pay attention to. On this part here, on the actual other Stormtrooper, it's painted black. I guess to sort of show off that it's the undersuit underneath. As the cosplay, some guys used to be larger than others, so we used to have a gap. Others used to be able to clip these two parts together if they're a bit skinnier. So yeah, it's kind of weird to have that, and then they're not painted that black, so it looks a bit strange with it, to be honest. And also in these Stormtrooper helmets, underneath we do have a bald-headed clone. As you can see, his sort of neck in there, you can just see his ears and everything there. So it is another unpainted head that is underneath these guys. So, I mean, really, apart from that, you know, he's a top-of-the-line kind of Stormtrooper. Am I sort of quite glad of all these sort of splits and splats all over him? Yeah, I am. I do like my Stormtroopers always clean and pristine. But, you know, these guys are kind of got it there. And the actual splats on them actually looks a bit like dirt rubbed in and kind of sort of been chucked on there. A bit of like rain dirt and all that. It's just a shame it's not all over his body. It would be nice to have a big sort of splat on the top of the head. A little bit up the back, maybe up at these parts here as he's kicking it up as he's running. We have got this extra part on the thigh there. But apart from that, on the back, he is a little bit too bare compared to the front. Which is a shame, but Hasbro always do that. They always kind of make sure that the front facing is fine, but the back is just a little bit kind of displacent, unfortunately. So here's another one that we can fit on the shelf with the other Mandalorian figures, and then how he can fall in line with his brethren. So we have the Flame Trooper, just to stand quite nicely. We have my custom of the Imperial Shock Trooper. And then bringing on the bare basic Mr. Shiny himself. So that kind of brings me to the end of this review. Not really much to go over, but if you're more interested in other sort of parts of the Stormtrooper, then just go through and find these other reviews of these guys, as it all goes to the same. So thank you once again. Thank you for this one. You can subscribe, ding the bell, you can comment down below, and also you can follow me on Instagram, where I'll be showing more pictures of these guys as of when. So, until then, take care, and I'll see you soon.